The name really needs no introduction. Hikvision, the world's largest commercial security provider, with more than $6.6 billion in sales revenue in 2017 alone. They are, of course, returning to Intersec in 2019. What have they got planned for the show? Well, I speak to Robert Wang, the technical director of Hikvision in the MENA region. Robert, thank you very much for joining us today. To start off with, just tell us some of the latest technology developments at Hikvision in the last sort of 12 months. What's been happening?
Yeah, actually, since the beginning of the last 12 months, we have just released our AI Plus concept. It's a totally complete system covering the AI in the edge and also AI in the center. And also during the last 12 months, we have been developed and released a lot of new products which has been adopted this kind of AI Plus technology. And for this year's Intersec, we are going to show the full series product line for all the AI products, like AI cameras, AI deep in mind NVRs and DVRs, AI servers, and AI big data and the platform, and also the analysis control center and the platforms.
$6.6 billion in sales revenue on a global level for Hikvision in 2017, the world's largest commercial security solutions provider. Tell us, what is the key to your success in the market?
One part, first of all, the most important thing is the technology part. We always keep the latest technology, and actually every year you can understand, like last year we have a $6.6 billion US sales revenue. Actually, among this sales revenue, every year we invest 7 to 8% of this sales revenue into the R&D development. And I really believe that is one of the most key factors why we are growing fast, because we are always investing in the development. And the second reason, I believe, is our partners and our clients. Hikvision's strategy is that we always stay with our partners. We don't want to do something which actually only for ourselves. We also always consider for our partners. We want to, like our slogan, we want to see far, go further, and we want to success together.
You've been in the Middle East market, or the Middle East and North African market for, I believe, since 2009. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
What are the most important industries, verticals that you are targeting in this region, and where do you see the growth in the coming 5 years?
Okay. For Hikvision, the major industry, of course, we have business in all types of industries. And for this year, recently, I believe the major industries will be, first of all, government, and commercial and residential, and retail, and banking, and education. And I believe that is most of the important verticals. And also for the future, we believe there will be a lot of projects is coming. For example, in Dubai, the 2020 Expo is coming. There will be a lot of projects coming. And also in Qatar, the 2022 World Cup. So I believe the project market in the Middle East is growing very well.
Okay. So you mentioned before, you obviously invest a lot of R&D, a lot of money into R&D at Hikvision, of course, in artificial intelligence. What about facial biometric technology, and facial recognition technology? Where do you see the developments here on a technology point of view, and the opportunities for your business here as well?
Yeah, of course. Facial recognition is one of the most important part for the AI Plus. And we have been adopted the facial recognition technology in all kinds of devices, starting from the cameras, NVRs, also the backend servers. And when you are coming into our office, I'm not sure if you have noticed, we have the facial terminal. Actually, when you come to our office, you don't need to take a card. You just show your face at the terminal, and then automatically you will be able to open the door. And also at the same time, the time attendance records will be in the system. And also, like I believe when you are coming upstairs from our Mars Tower, you will go through a gate barrier. And that one, before you always take a card with you. And for Hikvision, we have we call it deep in go barrier, which you can go directly with your face even without stopping in front of the barrier, and then you go quickly through it. So we believe with the facial recognition technology, it will bring much more convenience for both the end user, and also it has most important significance for the, the public security and it will improve the safety of the whole city.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of concerns about cybersecurity and the implications of cybersecurity. What is Hikvision doing to safeguard its IP cameras from hacks in the cybersecurity world?
We all know that actually the hacks and vulnerabilities is always the top concern, and it always happens in the IT and security business. It's a common challenge for all the manufacturers, and Hikvision always pay our highest attention to this part. Just recently in this year, we have got the certificate of the FIPS, FIPS. FIPS is a professional US organization providing these top professional security standards. And I believe Hikvision is one of the first CCTV manufacturer who is participating in this kind of certificate. Before, most of the FIPS certificate manufacturers are IT background, like Microsoft, Apple, or Cisco, these kind of IT companies. And Hikvision are really paying deep attention on this part, and I think this one really shows and improves that we are investing a lot also in cybersecurity, and we think it's very important.
And what else can end users do from their sides? Obviously, from a manufacturer and a service provider point of view, you're playing your part. But what about the end users? What can they do to help safeguard their surveillance systems, IP-based surveillance systems, from hacks?
Actually, when people talked about cybersecurity and hacks, most of the clients, they think it's very okay. This is very deep technology part. But I'm going to tell you something actually is interesting. Actually, more than 80% or even 90% of the hacks is happening due to very small mistakes. For example, you didn't change your password. You keep your default password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you keep it there. I think this doesn't call a hack. As long as anyone can try this password, they can invent into your system. But this will only happen to the small end users and small shopkeepers, which they don't much very knowledge about the security, and they don't also put too much attention on this part. But of course, for most of the government projects and the professional projects, our professional partners and the system integrators, they always pay good attention on this. As long as the system is very good configuration, and also the network is stable and secure, most of the case, actually the system is more than secure enough.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the Middle East and North African market. Obviously, Hikvision is the world's largest solutions provider for surveillance, video surveillance, and commercial security in this region as well, of course. Let's talk about some of the case studies, perhaps that you can talk about that you're most proud of in this region.
Okay. As I mentioned, for this year, our major verticals will be several verticals. I will give some example for each vertical. For example, for the commercial and the residential, we have done this year recently the Qatar Eastern Oasis projects. These projects including more than 10,000 cameras, and Hikvision provided the total solution from A to Z, including the cameras, the storages, the hard disk, the platform softwares, the TV wall, and the decoders. And actually, it's a total system, which you know that Hikvision has a very long and various product line. So this is one good project we have done. It's a very big area in Qatar, and it's more than 4,000 apartments. And also SAC is one of the biggest properties contractors in the Middle East. So this is for commercial and residential. And for government projects, I will give one example in UAE, the Ajman. It's kind of a city level, safe city or city surveillance level project. There's a region called in Ajman called Aka, and it's an area containing more than 200 buildings, and also several shopping malls and universities and schools. So for this area, actually we have been cooperating with Ajman government since 2016, and during the last 1 year and 2 years, we have been deployed more than 50,000 cameras in this area. So I believe that contributes a lot for the safety of the city. For retail recently, for this year, we have done a project with noon.com. I'm sure you must have heard about noon.com. And they have been growing quite a lot actually during this. Their business is also expanding, same like Hikvision. And we have been cooperating with them, and right now there is already more than 1,000 cameras has been installed with the warehouses and offices with noon.com. And also I hope we are also looking forward for some deep cooperation in some of the new business of Hikvision, for example, smart warehouse management, or even the robotics management for the smart courier system.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Expo, you touched upon the Expo 2020 a little bit earlier, and I guess there must be quite a lot of opportunities, particularly around the hospitality sector, around the Expo 2020. Is this a particular vertical that you find there'll be a lot of opportunities in as well?
For hotels, we have done a lot actually. And for example, the Intercontinental Hotel in Abu Dhabi, for example, there is Marriott in Business Bay. Yep. There is Grosvenor House in Marina, just behind our office. So there are a lot of hotels. And also besides the hotels, we believe the 2020, the major industry area is also our top opportunity. We are still working now with the Dubai police.
Sure. So we're here at your office now, of course, in Al Mas Tower here in Dubai. You also have a training at this very moment. Tell us how important that side of your business is when it comes to educating system integrators and end users on Hikvision's products and services.
Yes, you are definitely right. And as I mentioned, then Hikvision always treat our partners as our first priority. And we believe that the training is one of the most important parts. That's why we have this training room in our office. And actually, every quarter, let's say every month, we are holding at least 4 sessions, 8 days of training averagely in our office. And at the meantime, our engineers also goes to the different clients' offices to give them training. And also not only in UAE, in all the countries all over Middle East. So we have our Hikvision's unique training program called HCSA. It's for the CT-related engineers. And we have different level of the training from the HCSA, SP, and also for enterprise level. And we have given a lot of certificates for the engineers who passed this training program also actually this year.
Great. Intersec, Hikvision has been exhibiting at Intersec since 2009, I believe. Yeah. They've been at the show every year since, and of course, coming back again in 2019, early next year at the Dubai World Trade Center. Yeah. Just how important is the show from a business development point of view, and I guess as a knowledge sharing platform as well? How important is the show for Hikvision? Yeah,
we have been participating with Intersec since 2009. It's almost 10 years actually. And from the very beginning, we started with a very small booth. And for now, as you can see last year, we have, I believe, one of the biggest booths all over the exhibition hall. And the exhibition has been growing a lot. Every year, there are so many visitors from all over the Middle East region countries are coming to Dubai to participate in this annually event. And definitely Intersec is the biggest exhibition all over the Middle East every year. For this year, I believe for Hikvision, it will be the same. We will continue our investment and we will continue to treat this one as a big event for us. What makes the Middle East and North African market so special for Hikvision? Middle East and North Africa region is a region that there are so many projects potentials. And also it's one of the regions all over the world is growing very fast. And also this region is, there are a lot of countries which is, you can see the GDP is high, the country is rich. So we believe it's a very good land for the market. Future growth projections? Future growth for Hikvision, we believe for the, first of all, for the last, let's say 5 to 8 years, our average growth is more than 40%. And even now, we are already the biggest, the top one, the biggest manufacturer all over the world. Still, we are keeping a very fast growth speed. And for the future, we're still expecting around 20 to 30% growth. And for Middle East region, it will be even higher.
Robert, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at Intersec next year.
Thank you very much.